Everyone, and welcome to Moonrise. This is Dave Johnson. I'm channeling the man in the moon today. Want to take a look at the Jean Carroll case versus Trump. Keep in mind, it's only civil. It is not legal. This is a sort of specific thing where after many years, they've allowed people who were victims of this kind of crime to speak out, even if it's past a statute of limitations. So it is only civil, but I really think it's a great idea. People who have been abused don't necessarily get to speak out about it. So let's take a look. So there's Jean Carroll. And, I get this is why these laws are important. Even if she doesn't get a nickel, she's just a very much a feeling of vindication. And it's like she's been carrying this weight a long time, and now she gets to speak. So I see her, and it's very much like it's a little bit of a tear of joy, it's like a sadness, but it's finally a feeling of relief. And I just want to commend her for having the courage to do this, and just let's all know, she represents so many people, men and women, who have been silenced after victimization. So this is an important moment, and she kind of a little bit of her recognizes that it's an important moment. She still has a bit of ability to be savvy. She's still, despite all the events, she's able to make a jury laugh and stuff like that. She still has a very convincing air about her. So I'm just watching where this trial's going. And, there's Trump, and he just looks like this hulking sort of monster. It's a total David and Goliath. And this is the perceptions of the jury. So it's not going well for Trump. And the judge is getting pissed. Trump is really pulling the judge's chain. The judge has already said you can't say these things, you can't prejudice the jury, you can't do these things. So, okay, I literally see a judge throw the book at Trump. This trial could have more meaning than we realize. There's something about it, which is stopping Trump from always having the last word and always having the ability to manipulate a situation to his advantage. This time he cannot. There are limits on what he can say, and if he's convicted, and I'm pretty sure that he will lose this suit. I shouldn't say convicted because it is civil. It does have a sort of, it's like he lost, and nothing bothers him worse than losing to a girl. It's this kind of attitude that he has. So it will bother him. And actually, there's some people they kind of already know that he did it, but this will be a little bit of they're grossed out by it. It's like they could kind of pretend it wasn't going on before, but they could say, oh, it's all locker room talk. But it's getting harder and harder to do that. When he's paying off porn stars, it's hard to justify. All right, let's get back to Carroll. She looks pretty victorious. She looks like she said what she needs to say, and she seems happy. I gotta say, she also seems happy at the jury's conclusion. But I've got a new question here, and that is the judge is really angry. There's like it's a little bit it's quite serious. And so I think that there may be more than just a reprimand for Trump. So what's the judge going to do to Trump? Okay, one handcuff. I think the judge really is going to threaten Trump and tell him, if you don't stop talking about this, I'm going to put you in jail, right? Like this, it's that important that you keep quiet. And this is a major blow. Trump always talks his way out of stuff. He blusters his way out of stuff. And he can't talk about these cases, not just this one, but moving forward. So keep in mind, this is like a threshold case. It will make Trump follow some rules that everybody else has to follow, and that is you're not supposed to talk about this case. And Carol's really getting her day, man. She is just like, here I am, this like a light as a feather person, and finally I'm getting my voice. I'm showing people who I am, and I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, I'm got to the judge and Trump. Again, I can't get over how angry the judge is. It's not like they're a little bit pissed off and they're following rules. The judge has absolutely hit the roof. Like it's like all judgment is going out the window for the judge, and they're like needing to calm themselves down. I would expect that the judge is getting problems on his side, death threats. His kids maybe are having problems. His family's having problems. And it's really, really upsetting him. And so the judge what's the judge going to do? Can we get specific? It's just more of a warning. But I think Trump is getting the message that he can't just do anything anymore. So it's more of a warning. I think, though, that Trump looks a little bit cowed. He is starting to trust when the judge says, I will put you in jail if you don't stop talking. He's starting to believe it. So is he going to get an ankle monitor? Once more, is he going to get an ankle monitor? No, it's not exactly an ankle monitor. I kept seeing one, but it's something like that. It's like he is being monitored now all the time. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Those secret security guys are watching him to make sure that he doesn't give away secrets, and they're going to be present. And it might be that they're required to be more present. Somebody's there required to stop Trump from mentioning it. And there are attorneys involved, and the attorneys will get in trouble if Trump does this. So they don't have that much power over Trump, but they can make an excuse to walk off that case. And if they're smart, that's what they'll do, because everything Trump touches dies. So what's going to happen in this trial? Will he be convicted? Will he lose? There's a lot stacked against Trump, a lot of information stacked against him. And there's a whole host of cases. He will not get away with all of it. I don't think Jean Carroll will let him get away with much. And she'll kind of get a sort of social reward out of this. People will look at her as that woman who helped bring Trump down. And, just desserts, man. It's like she really deserves a break. And let's see if there's any other. This is important, not because of the actual crime, although it is a severe crime. It's not being tested as a severe crime, but it's more important to let Trump know he can no longer do his old tricks again. No longer is he gaining sympathy. No longer is it possible to manipulate the system in the way that he manipulated it. And this is important for all of us to know, that there is justice eventually, even for the very rich and powerful. And also to know that, you can only live in denial so long. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to check out my website and see what I've got available. Thanks so much.